YouTube is rammed full of out-of-touch morons, a lot of whom believe the world revolves around them and their content. And the YouTuber in question today is one of the best examples of peak main character syndrome I've ever seen in a YouTube creator. This is Fidias, and he's been receiving a lot of flack over the last few days for a video he posted where he didn't pay for the bus or the train in Japan, which is like a big no-no over there, unlike the UK where it doesn't seem like that big of a deal. They have a culture of respect over there, so bumping train is completely unacceptable. And honestly, if you've ever spent any time at all in Japan or even just looked into it, you'd know about this aspect of the country. But we'll get onto that video in a minute because in his time on YouTube, he's made a lot of tragic videos. In essence, he's a really, really bad Mr. Beast clone. A few of his videos are just straight up ripped. But he apparently buried himself alive for 10 days, which you just didn't, did you?
I'm going to spend the next 10 days buried alive in this coffin starting from now. I think it's a snake. It's a snake. It's a snake.
His worst videos are actually the ones where he's left to his own devices to come up with his own ideas. Like, I spent 100 hours in the world's poorest country, and he's got the fucking Mr. Beast text in the thumbnail. Now, if you think that this thumbnail is bad, this is the one he changed it to make it less controversial because he got told off for it. This is the original one. Also, 100 hours as if that's like some kind of crazy endurance challenge to stay in the same country as poor people for just over 4 days. Like, Fidias, mate, you've apparently spent more time than that buried in a tomb.
This is the world's poorest country and there is a lot of bad things said about it. That's why I'm going to spend the next 100 hours here to see with my own eyes if it's true or not.
Have you ever seen a more out-of-touch intro, just like straight Mr. Beast-defying poverty? Also, what do you mean there's a lot of bad things said about it? That's so broad. What do you mean by that?
I saw something that I wasn't expecting. This is a house of a person here. Look at this. People actually live here. Oh my gosh, this is an actual house.
You're in the poorest country in the world. What did you expect? Of course there's going to be people living in these conditions. Also, imagine just for a second some gimpy YouTuber coming into your house with like some big fuck-off camera, walking around the place being like, fucking hell, look at this shit. I can't believe anyone lives here. Also, I fucking hate this time remaining indicator. You are in a country for 4 days. You are basically just there for a long weekend. And I know he probably doesn't really see this as a challenge. He's just presenting it as if it is to Mr. Beastify it, which is arguably worse.
After a long day, we finally arrived to the hotel and we have another 80 hours until our flight back home.
Mate, you are literally staying in what looks like a pretty decent hotel. I thought going into this video that he'd at least be living like how the people in the country actually live. But no, he's basically just on holiday. How can you have the nerve to like brand this as a challenge?
This is the toilet here, Nasim. Come. They do this and they shit like this probably. I'm learning so much. It's like the best day of my life. This is like a movie to me. It's so interesting.
What the fuck are you on about?
Just wanted to say, guys, that poor doesn't mean bad. Poor is like being tall or short. It's just a fact and doesn't define you.
Wow, what an astute observation, Fidias. Before I watched this video, I just assumed the more money you had, the better person you are. But now I have been enlightened. I will no longer spit on homeless people. Thank you, Fidias.
He just really wants to go to the orphanage, but they're not letting him. I know he really wants to see how things are here.
I heard the kids, they were shouting.
Yeah, they were shouting, Mutsunga, Mutsunga. A white person came.
That is fucking outrageous. He just sees this place as a zoo, as a place for him to film his content. Like, scouting out a fucking orphanage to film in as a bit for your shitty Mr. Beast clone video is next level. And do you want to know the best bit? They don't even let him in, so he just sits outside for ages until they eventually let him in.
After a lot of time, our guide convinced them to let us in. Most things that I learned, they are not only from school. They are online, from the phone. They can access all the clever minds. I said this because only 10% of the population has access to the internet.
In true YouTuber fashion, he had to flex on them. Yeah, so you know that thing that basically none of you have access to? Yeah, I do, and bloody hell, it is fantastic. I can learn about so much on the internet, unlike you lot who have no internet. He does say at the end of the video he's doing a fundraiser to raise money for stuff. He doesn't say anything about internet though, so I don't know what he's doing for this bit. And you know, raising money is fantastic, but still, this video is mental. I cannot believe this video is still live on his channel because he got a lot of shit for it. But anyway, his Japan video that I mentioned earlier in this video got taken down by YouTube before I could download it. And the only re-upload I could find was one with this in the corner. And it starts like this.
Before the video starts, if you guys would like to enter my Cash App giveaway, check the pinned comment.
No, fuck off.
I'm going to travel across Japan for free against these 3 YouTubers and the winner gets $10,000.
I mean, in theory, this is a good concept, like making your way across the country with no starting money. You know, maybe they can pick up some odd jobs like washing cars or something to get money. But of course, they don't do that.
More difficult to do this as a woman. Good luck.
Yep, light bit of sexism there. Barely 10 seconds into the video.
Bus is coming and I have no money. So I ask a stranger to give me some money. Oh my god, I love you, I love you.
There's just something about rich YouTubers asking random people for money that just annoys me. Because this dude probably just had a camera shoved in this guy's face. And it was just going, come on, give me some money. Can you give me some money, please? But if that bit annoys you, even in the slightest, prepare yourself for this next bit.
Yes.
680. Yeah.
6. Only this.
80.
No,
80.
no.
Boris.
No.
Come on, Boris Sesha. 80 yen.
I don't know what he's saying.
What do you mean you don't know what he's saying, you absolute buffoon? He clearly says you're 80 yen short. Give me it or I'll call the police.
Couldn't believe it. He locked me in the bus and drove me to the police station just because I was 80 yen short.
Good, I hope you get a capital punishment, Fidias. Also, why is he dying on this hill of not giving this bus driver 80 yen? That's like not even 50p. And I know the guy at the bus stop only gave him 600 yen or whatever, but there's no way this man doesn't have another 50p to his name. He's just massively inconveniencing this bus driver and the other passengers for content. Because obviously, Fidias video is priority. If the world has to come to a standstill so Fidias can get a bit for his video, then so be it.
In the police station, they started interrogating me and they took my phone away, so I couldn't film anything.
Oh, how fucking dare they? Tell you what, Fidias, you should have just told them who you were and I'm sure they would have let it slide. Like, why not just pay the 50p, you fucking idiot? You could have just said, oh, I found some money under the seat and I was able to pay the bus driver. And nobody would question it. Why are you doing this? Anyway, Fidias unfortunately didn't get the firing squad and gets released.
Now it's time to teach you how to get the train for free.
Oh, you fucking dweeb. You have just been released. You'd have thought by now, if he wasn't aware before, he'd be aware now that they have no tolerance for this kind of stuff, but clearly not. So he goes and hides in the toilets of a train.
Toilet and go straight to the toilet. Here is the bathroom. I would just lock myself the whole time in the bathroom.
Do you just think that no one is going to go to the toilet for the entire train journey? Anyway, he goes out of the toilets and immediately gets caught.
Came to my destination now. I think he is waiting for me outside.
And I was right. He was just waiting to catch me.
Let's hope this time he gets the electric chair.
When I sat down, he released me and immediately I started running. But he called the police and they are searching for me now.
What actually goes through this moron's mind to film himself committing crimes in this country that takes this shit seriously? He got detained over 50p. Surely he should have taken that as a hint.
Oh my god, this is the most intense video I did in my life.
I'm sorry, it actually annoys me how fucking stupid this guy is. I honestly reckon we should just let him get on with it because one day Darwinism will just run its course.
Luckily, the train has arrived before the police could find me.
Again, we're going to do the same method. Toilet.
Oh yeah, because that went well last time. Anyway, the rest of the video is pretty dull, but something he seemingly does at the end of his videos now is give an inspirational quote.
Like always, it's time for the quote. The most valuable reward isn't what you receive, but rather the personal growth you achieve through the journey.
Well, thank you, Mr. Dalai Lama. The nerve to do this on a video where he just commits crime. He did apologize, though, in a very YouTuber way. Hello, beautiful people. I apologize to the Japanese people if we made them feel bad. That was not our goal. It already starts off like an apology from a 4-year-old. I am sorry I made you feel bad. From now on, I am going to make more research to the cultures we go to try and prevent this from happening again. I love you all. A good general rule of thumb would be to not commit crime anywhere. A while ago, I remember he did a video like this, but in the UK, and it's now been taken down, but I used a bit of Wayback Machine magic and found it again. Now, this isn't anywhere as close to as outrageous as the Japan video, because no one actually cares about that sort of stuff over here. But he did do a couple of mad things.
I'm now in Brighton. My goal is to go all the way up to the top of UK for free, but I have less than 24 hours, so I have to hurry up. Time starts now. Goodbye, people. This is the bus. And I have to sneak in. It's going to London. I'm sneaking in the bus. I get through.
Right.
What are you doing in there? Wait. What are you doing in there?
I'm waiting.
What are you doing in there?
I'm searching for my phone.
No, you wasn't. You stay there.
I'm staying here. I'm just going to wait.
You stay there.
Okay, I'm staying.
Someone get security.
Sir. Wait. He got us.
I mean, that is kind of disrespectful. Like, this guy has probably never had this happen to him before, so he's probably a bit shocked. The National Express from Brighton to London is like a £5. Why would you sit in the luggage area for 2.5 hours instead of just asking people for the money? Honestly, I'm kind of impressed by this one. He's a dickhead, don't get me wrong, but to sit for 2.5 hours in the luggage compartment of a National Express instead of paying a £5, man, that is insane.
Honestly, I'm scared. I don't want to get caught by the police. I'm going inside the airport now.
They are definitely coming for me.
No, they are not. What's with the arrow pointing to the stars as if that's some kind of evidence you have the police after you? But anyway, guys, we're approaching the conclusion of this video, so it's time for our quote. Like and subscribe.